you want to learn how to fly a plane, Sling Pilot Academy, located at the Torrance Municipal Airport, Zamperini Field, is the place to start.
They've had Sling here for about 11 years, and they've had a school here all of that time, just a casual flight school because they wanted people to get in the aircraft. So about 5 years ago I joined and said, hey, do you want to make this thing really big? I said I'd be happy to come on as a partner, and that's what we did. Lucky for me, they said yes.
When South Bay resident and now co-CEO of Sling Pilot Academy, Wayne Todden, began looking into flight schools for his then 18-year-old son Matthew, he was left unimpressed. That's when he took matters into his own hands to help launch the Sling Pilot Academy. Business has been flying high ever since, as I witnessed on a recent visit.
Normally we wait till we're over 2,500 on mine, but there's that Cessna. Oh, okay.
This baby of yours isn't that old, yet it's grown tremendously.
We've gone from being one of the smallest flight schools in LA to being by far the biggest. So we're operating about 26 aircraft now. We're just opened in San Diego. Got a couple of aircraft there right now, but we're a one-stop shop here. So we're building aircraft, we're doing all of our own maintenance. We're here in the maintenance hangar right now. We're the only flight school that I know of that do everything from manufacturing all the way through, producing commercial pilots and employing them. We distribute aircraft for all of North America. We've got dealers and distributors all over the country, and we're almost doubling aircraft sales year over year.
Now, you mentioned the word hangar. We're sitting in one right now. You don't just have one.
We started here with one hangar, and now we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're at six large hangars plus our office space. And any time a hangar comes up, we take it. I mean, as fast as we can get new hangars, we're filling them up and expanding our business. I mean, we're literally hiring a new person every week.
Walk me through what a Sling Pilot Academy training course looks like.
Here at Sling, in 9 months, we take someone who's never flown an aircraft before, and in 9 months, they get their private pilot license, instrument rating, commercial single, commercial multi, flight instructor single, flight instructor multi, flight instructor instrument. So they get 7 ratings in 9 months, and then we employ them as an instructor after those 9 months. So literally from start to finish, 9 months and you get your first commercial job in aviation. We're about $70,000 for the 9-month program, but that gets you a real job at the end. So you work for us and it's kind of like a paid internship. You're building it hours to get to the airline. So you need 1,500 hours experience to get to the airlines. In our course, you do about 280. So to get those extra hours, we employ people as instructors, and then they just fly every day. They fly about 100, 120, 130 hours a month. And then once they get their 1,500 hours, then they'll go off to a regional airline.
And that trajectory isn't hypothetical, given the major partnership Sling closed with an airline.
We just signed a deal with SkyWest to be a feeder for them, and they're the biggest regional airline in the world. They mentioned to us that they noticed that some of our instructors were top of their class, and they said, well, what are you doing differently? And that's when they came to visit us a couple of times. They saw we're using glass all the way through, using autopilot, using these beautiful modern aircraft, and it just sets them up for success in their future commercial aviation career. We're very, very excited. If we could have done a deal with any regional airline in the world, it would have been SkyWest. They're the largest regional airline in the world. In our opinion, they do some of the best training. So we're just so excited to have a deal with them. They're actually offering a $15,000 rebate to our students. So as it is, it's only $70,000 to do the entire program.
And with the current aviation climate the way it is now, you couldn't be in a better business.
Absolutely. I mean, you probably see in the news, hundreds of flights are getting cancelled every month right now. We just don't have enough pilots. So we don't have enough pilots in the airlines. The military's short about 2,800 pilots right now. There's never been a better time to be a pilot. For example, like SkyWest has just increased their starting pay to $93 an hour. So these young students who have just gotten qualified and done their year or so of instructing with us, they're going into their first job earning over $100,000 a year. Just a phenomenal opportunity for people right now. Now they'll fly for SkyWest for about 2 or 3 years and move on to a major airline. At a major airline, they're earning $200,000 plus a year. They make captain at a major, flying wide bodies, they're earning about $450,000 a year.
The allure of learning to fly on a modern aircraft, such as the Sling with its glass cockpits, is that it matches more closely to the electronic controls and navigation that pilots experience on a commercial aircraft. But this is not a video game. It takes a lot of hard work and dedication to earn your professional wings.
And as we spoke to more students, we found that everyone hits roadblocks in their training. And that's why at a lot of other flight schools, the washout rate, meaning people who quit, is about 30–40% or more. So it's quite high. Here it's between 3 and 5%. What we came up with is we started a volunteer program called Under My Wing, where we get people who are new instructors, or they're working on becoming instructors, and they volunteer their time for anyone who needs extra help. We've found since we've been doing that, our washout rate is extremely low. So, we've got very high pass rate, and, we're really good at getting people through on time and on budget. The best thing about what we do is we take, these kids come in and sometimes they can barely say boo when they walk in the door, but each time they get a new rating, they're having to do these 7 ratings, and each time they do a new rating, you can see their confidence gets boosted. They hold themselves differently, they get to the end, and we've changed their lives, and I've got goosebumps right now talking about it, because it's my favourite part of what we do. We just, it's so amazing to see the transformation of these kids as they come through.
And you don't do this alone.
No, of course not. So I'm more the finance and business planning guy. Matt and John, my 2 business partners, are the best business partners in the world. I have so much fun with what I do because of them.
So here you are growing your business, and then COVID hits, but that didn't even stop you guys.
Yeah, and that's a really good point. So when COVID hit, we found out we were an essential business, which worked out well for us. We still got hammered, so at least or more than half of our instructors and students just stopped coming. So we had to put a lot of extra money into the business to keep everyone employed, which we did. But rather than do what other schools did, so a lot of other schools mothballed their aircraft. So like our biggest expense is insurance, for example. Instead of mothballing some aircraft and slowing down our operations, we said, let's go for it. Let's just double down. Let's double our marketing spend and see if it works out. And luckily for us, it really did. So we've continued to expand all the way through COVID. And in fact, our biggest issue was just not being able to get aircraft for about a year.
It's quite obvious that running a business like this is quite expensive. So talk about the dollars and cents of Sling.
It is. So I mean, for example, we're spending $50,000, $60,000 a month just on fuel. We're spending over $250,000 a year on our rent here, just at the airport between the hangars and our office. We're buying 3 aircraft a month, so we're cash flowing a lot of that ourselves. So we've really had to build a fleet of 26 aircraft and do what we do. We've had to invest very, very heavily in this business, and we're glad we have. I mean, it's doing well.
What's your secret?
So our secret is our lower operating cost. And we're the distributor for the aircraft. So we're controlling the whole supply chain, which really helps us. So right now we're getting about 3 new aircraft a month from the factory, and we're keeping almost all of those for our own school. So we're the distributor for the aircraft. It's a much more efficient platform. We're burning a lot less gas. We save money, and then we pass those savings on to our customers. Some people go, oh wow, you guys are so lucky, it's all worked out. But there's probably a good 6 months of just heavy planning before I got into this, and it was scary at times, and but it's worked out. And interestingly, when I looked at my plan, because people said, wow, your growth has been extreme, and I looked at my plan, and we're pretty much on track on my original plan. So this is kind of what we were expecting to do.
And learning to fly near the beach and mountains in one of the most desirable parts of the country is hard to beat. Talk about the business being here in Torrance.
We love Torrance. We love the airport, we love the city, and even as we expand, this is our head office. So most of everything we do will all be centered out of Torrance. So even as we're opening up satellite locations, we're just going to be employing more and more staff here at head office in Torrance. Just so grateful and happy to be here.
And you have students coming from all over the country, all over the world, and you're bringing them to Torrance.
We do. That's a really good point. We have hundreds of students that come in here and train with us. All of those people, we have our own student accommodation, so we've got about 17 rooms of our own right now, really close to the airport here, but we have a lot of other students that will just find their own accommodation. They're all eating at local restaurants. They're spending money here in Torrance. We're really enjoying contributing, and we also give back to the community a lot as well. So we do a lot of community outreach. We do free flights for kids through a thing called Young Eagles. We do STEM events for all of the Torrance high schools. So we get students in here and they get to pull an actual rivet on a real aircraft. So we take them into our manufacturing hangar and let them pull some rivets, and it's great. It's so amazing to see the excitement of the kids just getting to be here on the airport. We put them in our simulators so that they can fly a plane. So it's a really fun part of what we do. We're going to put you in a simulator and you're going to fly. You're about to fly a plane. You're going to fly it. You're going to take the controls. You're going to fly the plane.
I'll go up.
This is the sim. Let's get you ready. We'll train you here first, then we'll get you in the aircraft.
Okay.
So you're going to push that all the way forwards. Okay, I'm going to help you with the rudder a tiny bit there. Oh. Okay, now when we get this number up here to, oh, that's all right. I got it.
Wait, why is it? Is this the steering wheel?
No. Oh.
Ah!
No, okay, we crashed.
We crashed. Oh no.
So if you unpause, there you go. Go gently now, pull back. There we go, and then forward a little bit. There we go, so now you're in the air and you're flying. So.
Wow, okay.
Okay. So do it.
Now
Bank hard to the left.
Left?
Yeah, just bank hard. See what happens.
Wait, why don't we?
Okay, then there we go. Yeah. So there you go, you're flying. You're gonna do this in the air.
I'm not flying the plane.
Yes you are. So we're gonna go get in the aircraft. You're gonna do this in a real aircraft.
No, I'm not. I'm not flying the plane up there.
Oh, you can have a little go at it. Yeah.
No.
A tiny
No.
bit. Just a little itty bitty.
No.
Yeah. I think it's time to get in a real aircraft and see what you're made of.
We're going to get in the airplane. You're going to sit in the pilot seat. We both have controls, but we do this every day. We'll taxi out. We'll warm up the engine. We'll take off. We'll go in that general direction.
Okay.
And we'll fly around this beautiful city of Torrance that we live in. I'm going to do a checklist and we're going to get cracking.
And we're up.
And we're airborne, everybody.
It's unbelievable.
It is. You okay with it?
I'm almost speechless, actually.
We did it. You guys all did great. Especially you, Leslie.